Hey everybody, this is Discord user Slappy White with Radish Digital. That is digital with a J. This is part 3 where we're talking BPX liquidity pool. And of course, we have our resident friend, Discord user According to Hen, who has opened and closed a position. And he still has, well, I guess he's opened and closed one of his positions. Still has one open. You can see those in videos 1 and 2. In this video, he's going to help me go ahead. I'm going to swap some ETH out for USDC. I'm going to put it in the, add some position to the liquidity pool, and let's see if I can have any kind of luck like he has. All right, first thing we're going to do is we got to get that ETH swapped over to USDC. And so according to Hen, we were talking about this, not exactly sure this is the right play, but it's a safe play. Like, we know USDC, you're just not completely familiar with all the workings of the ETH in the liquidity pool, correct?
Yeah, so there's two different pools, right, that are open. There's a USDC to BPX, and then there is a ETH to BPX. There has been no liquidity in the ETH to BPX pool, and everyone's been using the USDC to BPX. So the question really was, well, you have ETH and you want to add liquidity. My fear is there's no other liquidity in that ETH to BPX pool that I don't know how it would impact it. I don't know if there's a buy order, if it would go directly to that pool, if it looks at the two pools and sees which is the best price. I'm not sure the inner workings of it. So to be safe, I think it just makes sense to convert the ETH to USDC and keep using the pool that's been currently being used.
Okay, well, we went to Uniswap, and you can see we're going to take 0.65 ETH at 21.75. ETH is down a little bit. It's down to 3,300 where it was up around 4,000. So it's actually down probably about 15%. So not exactly where I want to kind of exit out of my ETH. I think it's bouncing around, but I think it's heading back up closer to that 4. But long term, I'm more bullish on the BPX. All right, so let's take a look. It's about a $5 gas fee right now. So we've got it plugged in there, 0.65. We connected my wallet up in the right-hand corner, Slappy White. And so we're going to go ahead and showing, so the fee is 543, and then the network cost is 543. All right, look good, Hen? Good to swap?
Looks good.
All right, let's go ahead and swap this baby. Ooh. You can actually share that tab. That's pretty cool. Whoa.
Are you on your phone?
I love seeing that. What's that?
Are you on your phone?
This is the window. This is my...
That's interesting.
That's pretty cool that it asked to
yeah,
that it asked to do that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and watch that sucker. As you can see on the screen, this is great, and I'll tell you what, the holly cheer around it just really frames it. All right, let's see, are we gonna get... All right, oh, it doesn't want to share that new window that I just opened. All right, we go to the new one, and let's see. And you can see here, it went ahead. Let's see. And the transaction fee was about $4.36. All right, so not bad.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. All right, so let's see. Now we want to go ahead and, oh, wait. Yep, we already have the tab open we need. All right, so now this is connected. And so right now, the first thing we want to do is we want to see where the other bands are set up to kind of have an idea where, when I'm putting a band in, because that's what's fortunate about right now. There's not many people with positions, right? So we can go ahead, and I'm going to ask that, like According to Hen asks, is please don't screw me and come in and undercut my position by a little bit as we try to help and educate you. But it worked for you. Hopefully it works for me. All right, so Hen, where do we go to see where the current positions are in the liquidity pool?
Yeah, so let's go over here. In this tab right here, these pink pieces, the pink, one of these charts, whatever they are,
yep.
That should show, those are trades though.
Yep.
Give me 1 minute. Let me go to a different site.
Is it maybe under pools right there? Because we were under transactions, but...
There you go. Total volume. Well, it's volume. Uniswap volume. This is the part that always is tricky for me. No, you have to scroll down to liquidity. So if you're on that tab, you have to go to here. I'm gonna send you the link. It's under Explore. Oh, you are in Explore. Okay. So if you're in the pool itself, the USDC
Yep.
to BPX pool.
Yep. Should I take Ethereum off my URL link and just leave it as?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the link that I have. I don't know why my view is a little slightly different than yours.
Yeah, I took Ethereum off, and I'm curious if this is going to be it once I do that.
There you go. This is good. This is what I want to see. Maybe it's just a
wait.
view.
No, so I didn't click on your link. I just took Ethereum off. Is this the page we should be on now?
No.
Okay, hold on one second, and we'll go ahead and.
Oh, click transactions, maybe. Right there.
And again, just for people watching this is meant to be a little bit messy. We're trying to do this as quickly as possible without rushing it, with doing this the right way, but doing it as quickly as we can. All right, so
I see why you're in the wrong pool. That's why. So right now you're looking at like the WBTC to ETH. You're looking at all the pools. So we have to find the BPX to USDC pool.
Okay, so I think if we go ahead now, before I was telling you is that I took on the URL, it was / Ethereum. And so if I do / USDC, let's see, I just added that on the end and see if we get what I'm looking for.
Yeah, the pools that will show up will probably still be, it's like all the currency, everything that's has pools with USDC in it. So we'll have to search for BPX. So if you go to that search token at the top.
Okay, well, and actually you sent me the link and we can go ahead and do that. Is this the screen? So now I clicked on the link that you wanted. All right.
Yes. So now we're in the BPX to USDC pool.
All right. And I'll go ahead and put that in the chat. Let's see. So this is the link that you sent me that we're at right now. All right. So we're here now. All right. And so this is BPX USDC. And so I want to click on, well, before we do the add liquidity, I want to see.
Yeah. So if you, that volume, see where right underneath the pink chart right there, it says volume.
Yep.
Click that.
Sure.
And go to liquidity.
Oh.
And this shows you all the liquidity. So you can see under 0.01, there is no USDC liquidity. Your 1 BPX equals 0.1 USDC. Can you? Hold on, let me see. Can you go to the top where it says BPX / USDC all the way at the top there, and then V3.3?
Yep.
And there's two arrows. Click those two arrows. Now this just swaps your view. So now you're looking at USDC to BPX.
Yes.
So now this will show you the liquidity. So you can scroll over and see where people have liquidity in there.
Okay, and so I can see BPX liquidity. So it's showing, so explain this to us. It says BPX liquidity 11.3K, USDC liquidity 4.86.
Yes. So right now it says 1B. So it looks like, and I don't see like indicators on the side to show how high it is, but if you see that second one, that yellow one that you're on right now, right? 1 BPX equals 0.00317776. There looks like there is some liquidity. It looks very low, right, on the chart, but there is some liquidity at that level. So I would assume that if you have it around that mark or lower, you would be providing it. Now,
so
there's a big gap.
And when this says USDC liquidity, so how am I reading this? Does that mean there's just $5 worth of USDC that's willing to buy BPX at this price, at the 0.003?
It's what it looks like. And again, this is something I was a little confused on. We know it's low. That seems extremely low, right? But that's what it's saying right there.
So maybe it's some kind of accounting fee thing that's left over, like for instance from your position or something, where just the USDC gathers for some reason. By the way, why is this blue? All the yellow seems to be positions. What's the blue mean? Do you know that?
I don't know, but it looks like someone is willing to pay $40.74 worth of liquidity for BPX at 0. So probably a catch-all that someone put in.
Okay, and then if we move up to the next one, so the BPX liquidity is 23,000 and the USDC liquidity is 0. So at this price, if BPX gets up to just below a penny, somebody here is looking to 1 USDC equals 100. Is that somebody is looking to sell their BPX at this point, right?
Yes.
Provide BPX liquidity, I should say. So if you're looking to get out, somebody is obviously trying to front run people getting out at a penny. And then up here, we've got people who are at a penny and a half, is that people are willing to provide BPX liquidity up there. And then also at just a little over 2 cents. And then at 10 cents, which I thought you were at 5 cents, but you must be.
Yeah, that's why I'm not 100% convinced this is 100% accurate, right? Because I know that I have a position at 5 cents,
right?
So it could be missing some here.
Yep.
So just be cautious of that. But we do know that big chart at the end, right? We do know that is block packs. They've already admitted they've moved their position to a higher end over 10 cents. So we know that's them.
Okay, and so, but right now it's looking like when we go to set this position, you had your position set up right in the mid 0.003s, and it looks like you've exited. There's really nothing left right now, so it's kind of the Wild West for us to have. So, what would you suggest? And it's not financial advice, but as someone who's done this, I'm thinking, why would I not go to the band you just had? In fact, I'm thinking I probably should go a little bit lower. I know you say no because that's too risky, but what are your thoughts?
Listen, I think I think that if you were to set a band up, right? Like now, I initially set mine. I could have set it lower, but I wanted it to stop at 3 cents, hoping that other people would come in and join. But if people are dumping, and you have to set it appropriately. So I think if you're going to set one in to get BPX, I would put a range lower than mine, right? Not extremely lower. If I were to put one in right now, I would probably look at 0.002 to 0.0031, which is right under where it currently is.
Okay, and so right now, we I went ahead and I said I clicked add liquidity, and actually hopefully I don't screw it up when I go back here. All right, so if I go back here and I do add liquidity, that's step one, and then here it says BPX. Choose the token you want to provide liquidity for. You can select tokens on all supported networks. So now, of course, I'm looking to put USDC in, but so do I leave the BPX there?
Yeah, I think you swap. I think you switch them here. I think you can do it on the next page too, but you can just leave that for now. I would press continue.
Okay. And so here I'm going to set the price range, and of course, this was the easy thing that you were talking about, is that we want to. Let's see. And so it says, full range and custom range. And am I going to click custom range?
Yeah, click custom range.
Okay. And then
I can just slide it wherever you want.
Why does it not like to? Oh, okay, there we go. The whole bar was going there for a second. All right. A 0.002. And so keep sleeping.
You can also type in the bottom if you don't want to slide.
And so you were saying up to point. You would suggest what?
I would do 0.02 to 0.031. It's currently trading at 0.003194. So if there's more dumps, right, with no liquidity, it should hit your range.
So right now, is this what you were thinking, kind of?
Yeah. I think that's that looks like a position that if people come in and they're looking to dump their BPX, that should hit. Again, we've talked about how big of a range you want, right? Sorry, go ahead.
And explain that to us in terms of the range, because if you step back from a very simplistic point of view, right, is that somebody goes ahead and they sell their Wonder slab for 450,000 BPX, boom, they want to sell it. And I have a range set up of 0.02 to 0.003. It stands to reason that it would trigger it at 0.003. So if my range is 0.002 to 0.003, how does the transaction go through below 0.003, since that's the upper part of my band?
Sure, yeah. So if someone were to come in right now and sell, again, I don't know how Uniswap exactly prices it to the open positions, but if someone were to come in and it hits within your range, it would sell within it, right? And if it's not large enough, let's say it is large enough. Let's say that it does execute all of your USDC for BPX. Well, now the risk is that you're not watching it frequently, and someone sees that the price went down and buys the BPX back from you. Having a bigger range allows more opportunity, right? More price points for that to happen.
Okay, so I at point zero. So if somebody sells, I'm putting $2,000 worth of liquidity in, and so somebody's going to go ahead and they're selling BPX. So it triggers at 0.003 in the price. So I now am completely into, BPX. So now what's going to happen? Well, here, let's finish this up and then I'll ask my question. All right, so hit continue here.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. And so this is all looking good. Enter deposit amounts is that, all right. And so here we want to do, let's see, we'll do $2,000. And, ooh, looks like my wallet's not connected anymore. All right. We will not, let's see. I could have shared that, but I'm going to leave that out. That's just connecting my MetaMask. Oh, and it took me all the way back to the beginning. All right. So let's see. We'll go ahead with the custom range.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. All right. Okay, and then bring the sucker back to...
Just make sure it's on the left side of the current price. Yep.
The left side on the current price. Yep.
That way you don't want, if again, for people that missed the other videos, if it's over on the other side, you have to provide some BPX.
All right, and let's see. We'll go 2,000. All right, and let's see. Go ahead and review this. Creating position, BPX USDC. So 0.2 of a penny up to 0.3 of a penny, depositing 0 BPX, 2,000 USDC.
Yep.
And so go ahead and hit create, right?
Create, and this will just, this is just setting it up first.
Yeah, this was, you talked about, yeah. You talked about the multiple gas fees that you had.
Yeah, just initially setting it up, connecting to it, and then actually executing.
And so this you won't have to pay this the next time you do a position, correct?
I don't believe so. No, I think it's a one-time wallet, just like most times you connect for the first time.
Oh man, the newer people, they just don't know. All right, so it'll be interesting to go back in the video and look at how long this actually takes, because this is actually pretty quick. All right,
we're just going cautiously slow.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's my first time. All right, and so
everyone remembers their first time, Slappy.
And it looks like it brought up another window now, and it's looking like $10 for me to execute. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I send 2,000. Hopefully this works, and you're not going to cost me 2,000. All right, a request from app.uniswap.org. That's who we're dealing with, right?
Apps. It's APP app. You said, right?
Yeah, app.uniswap.org.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, it went down to $9.27. Share this tab instead. All right, let's see. You guys can see what's going on. Wow, that's big. That's no control over the size of that. You can see.
Look at my position.
You wait. It's like you're grateful in part one. We didn't really promote it yet because the article hasn't come out. So the best part is we're gonna finally be able to get this out with. Finally be able to get this out now, and it's gonna affect my position. All right. And what was the total gas? Let's see. Did we see it? Oh, it's interesting. By the way, these ETH transaction logs, they've cleaned them up. It's much prettier looking. When did they change that? I just did a transaction like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so it looks like 953. All right, so I did. Let's see, I had 953 for this last transaction. Actually, putting the 2,000 in. The transaction fee before the one to set it up, that was $1.50. So that's like 11. And then the one to swap was, let's call it $5.
$5.43. Yeah.
So we're probably in for about $15 right now.
That's what I had. Yeah, it's good. It's I mean, people might be like, "Wow, it's $15 to set it up, $15 to close it." But at the same time, you get to control the price you're doing it. If you guys all remember, I Leroy Jenkins into here to try to bring the price up, and that ended up costing me hundreds of dollars because I just did an open buy order. Doing it this way, I honestly got BPX for a third of the price.
Wow. All right, and so let's see. Let's share this, and you can tell me what's going on because I feel like on your, well, it's like. So I will say, when I look here at this, is that it talks about the title of this page is your positions. It's when you're looking at the top, it's app.uniswap.org positions. And so let's see, that's where I am. And so right now it's that, I think when we saw the fees and the transactions, they started coming in below that. But right now the position still says nothing. And so
Yeah,
that's,
yep. So you're out of range right now, so nothing has happened. That's
yep.
normal, right? If you click into that, like click into, click right there. And here you go. This is the page. This is your monitoring page, right? So
yep.
It will show you the current price is 3. Well, actually, switch it to
yeah.
So right now the current price is 0.00319, and you have a buy at 0.002 and 0.031, so you're slightly under it. As soon as dumps come in, I think this will be executed. I just sent you a link to Slappy. If you want to pull that up, it's the DEX tool just showing the BPX price.
Yeah, I'm going to pull that up.
Now scroll down why this is interesting, right? So if you guys saw part 2 of the video, you saw that I closed my position, and you can see that's what that removal in the second row is. And then here you go. There's your 2,000. So there's your verification, Slappy, that you are in the pool with your 2,000, and it's ready to be used for liquidity.
That is so awesome. And I got to tell you, that was compared to the early days of MetaMask and the blockchain years ago, like getting them up. This was super easy. But I will say it's funny because when we some of these newer people, they who are getting into Wonders and Bo Jackson, and like they're finding their way over to the blockchain side of the house. And I remember I was on, I'm not going to out them, but a longtime OG was with me, and this was an IT person who we were introducing. And when I was telling him about security, that we're scam central because we still have NFT collections worth thousands of dollars. So the scammers are focused on us. And he's like, yeah, I'm used to, I'm with IT, so I'm used to it. And I want to say, like, dude, not like this. I mean, they pretend to be your grandmother in Discord and they come after you. But so I will say, I'm glad you said that we went very cautiously slow. And I will tell you, like, knock on wood, I have never been scammed out of my wallet, and oh man, I hope it never happens. But that's why the other day in the Radish Discord is that Copper, who I trust completely, he posted a link to connect your wallet to see if you have any rewards coming. And it just, I don't have, like, this is the one thing I hate to admit, I still have my what's the wallet, the hard wallet, cold wallet,
Ledger.
I still have my Ledger in plastic, and I have not moved my assets there. Yours is in your box too?
I have the box still. It's not in there, but
so you actually moved your assets to it?
I have other assets in it. I don't have my BlockBacks assets in it.
Yeah, which are worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah. I listen. I love the blockchain. I love having my own keys. I love controlling my assets, but at the same time, I really, really appreciate in the utility that BlockBacks has with their assets. Having the ability to move it to their platform, I think it makes a lot of sense. So I'm happy that they have that. I hope they move all their assets over there eventually, which I think is their plan.
Although I will say, I like they talked about importing stuff from the blockchain into their marketplace. And we have that, but they've talked about being both way. And that's what I really want, because when I was looking at the art proof slabs that we got for Wonders of the First, my first thought was, when everybody's like, hey, does anybody have this? Come on, Hen, tell me you didn't think about, like, I just wish everybody had it on the blockchain so we could go to the collection on OpenSea. Yeah. We could go down through that. We click on the owners and then we find who it is. And it just, if we had the ability, I would move all my art proof Wonder slabs to the chain. 100% I would do that.
I 1,000% agree. It is frustrating that you don't know. Hopefully they can find a way around that, or users can create a user database for key items such as this. But yeah, no, I agree. It was way easier being on a public blockchain to be able to see who owns what and be able to trade with them.
Yeah. All right. And then the final thing is that I want to get through that. And if anybody's watching, we're going to wrap up here. It's going to be less than 30 minutes and great. I appreciate your time, Hen. And I know you and I both have to go with you can see the holly around the picture frame. So it's Christmas. We both have to get back to our families. But Hen, explain to me again. And I cut you off and I didn't fully understand. All right. So I have 2,000 in the range between 0.2 of a penny and 0.3 of a penny. And so do you have to go, Hen, right now?
Give me 1 minute. Yeah.
All right. So the only question I had is, if it's coming down, how does it execute at the 0.2 part of my range and not just at the 0.3? So in other words, until my 2,000 is exhausted, I would think it would all exhaust then. And just explain it again one more time. I know you talked about the transactions going back and forth.
Yeah, no, it's again, that's
And,
kind
and
of
use real scenarios. Like say somebody comes in and whatever figure you want to use, like somebody comes in and they're selling their BPX, and give me a real example.
yeah. So I mean, you have your band set up now. If someone comes in and sells, just puts an open sell, that's kind of the black box, right? Uniswap kind of determines what the price is going to trade for, even though you've provided liquidity in there. I think there's kind of some black box on what the exact price is, right? Because you have a large band. The risk you have, as I was mentioning to you before, is when you execute that, and if you're not paying attention, say you had, what do you put, $2,000 in of USDC, say it all executes, someone comes in and buys it all, right? Well, if you're not paying attention,
Okay, wait, hold on. They buy it all, let's say at 3/10 of a penny. So all of a sudden,
sure.
I have 180,000, let's say 200,000 BPX. That's worth that. Okay, so I have 180,000 BPX, and I'm not paying attention. Go ahead.
Then somebody else could come in and see the prices come down and then buy that BPX, because again, these are not buy sell orders, it's you providing liquidity within a certain range. So if it's in that range, no matter if you own the BPX or you own the USDC, you're open to trade, right, until you close that position.
And again, it's going to be, if somebody comes in and of course somebody goes in to sell $2,000 worth, that black box is going to determine, well, it should have this kind of depressing effect on the price. So it's going to be 0.28, 0.0028.
Yeah.
And conversely, if somebody comes in and says, hey, that's really attractive, that 0.00, and we've all done this. You go and you look and like, what would happen if I bought $5,000 worth? And you're like, oh, well, you can't get it for the 0.003 price. If I buy that much, it's going to be 0.004 the price. So if somebody wanted, if I wasn't paying attention, that's the risk I run. But to a certain extent, I won't get hurt, because if somebody comes in and takes my whole position, it's going to kind of take me back up, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's good to know. All right, what's going back and forth? And of course, you just closed out your position? You're all on BPX, and instead of being, you know, a gigolo going back and forth, you're done being used, and you pulled yourself out.
I did. I wanted BPX, and my trade went through, so I closed it. I probably will look to open up another position. I'll see how yours goes, and then we'll follow suit.
Awesome, great. All right, well, thanks for doing this. And by the way, how often did you check on your liquidity position?
I was
every
checking.
hour?
Oh yeah, no, not every hour. I mean, I was checking. Honestly, if you don't want to keep checking your position, right? Because I mean, it's hard to do that on mobile and everything. I was going to Dex Tools and I was seeing, right, just checking the price. And on Dex Tools, we can share the link again here. It shows the buys and sells in a nice list, and it will show what the current BPX price is and what those trades were executed at. So if you know where your position is, you can see if it's in your band, and if some are being executed within your band, and it's if it's hitting towards the lower end, then you know you should probably go check and look to see if it makes sense to close your position.
And when you look over on the right with the maker, that's going to be your wallet if you're the one providing the liquidity.
Oh, that's a good question. I actually never checked that.
I actually didn't share here. I'll share the tab, but it's and we can see in terms of yours. Is your wallet 0x9BC? Ending in 88F9? And
no, that's not me.
Or no, maybe 0x3F0.
Nope, that's not me either. So I don't know. I think that maker is probably just Uniswap. To be honest, I think that's probably their address. It's probably the token's address.
Well, the reason why I was asking is
address.
If you look at the top wallet, that's actually I think that's the wallet that I use.
That 4C one was is the wallet that I had that. So that 4C is me, yes.
Oh yeah, the 4C. Okay, so it's interesting that
the other ones must be the pool or something.
So it doesn't show our wallets. It just shows that it shows a maker taking a position, but then it won't show the transactions because it all goes to the pool, and so you're only going to see the pool wallet. Is your point?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, listen, I know you got to go. I appreciate holding you on. And dang it, we got 30 seconds before we hit 30 minutes. So there you go, 29 minutes. Anything final you want to say before we head off?
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Festivus, and New Year.
Thanks for everything, Ken. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.